Hey, welcome everyone. You are at the experimental show happening live at the Glass Academy. Today's item's kind of wacky. I think you're really going to enjoy it. We do a show in the glass studio at the Glass Academy, and we call it the experimental show because we're testing new items or working with the staff to try some new things. In this video, you see Jake adding some color onto the hot glass, nice close up there, and every piece of glass starts out clear in our studio, and then we add color to the surface. This today is going to be an orange. It's pretty straightforward, this color. It looks exactly like that. Because we are in October, it's kind of pumpkin season, so we're going with the orange. This is a training piece. It's kind of a how-to video, and it's also for our customers to understand the diversity of what they can have made when they come to our happy hour class. Happy hour at the Glass Academy is where customers come and enjoy an evening out. They design glass and we make it for them. So there's been all kinds of crazy mugs that we've done in the past. There's like the tree mug, the frog mug, the mug that looks like ocean waves, starry night. There are so many different themes. We've documented some, we're going to start documenting more. But what we wanted to do is have a base piece for customers to experience the different handles that we offer. Is the side of the mug, and Jake was using the jacks to make the side nice and straight, and now he'll work on the bottom section of this. He has the blow hose in his mold so he can apply a slight pressure blowing while Matt uses the paddle on the bottom. And that's a Cherrywood paddle. It catches fire because it's wood, but by using this technique he gets a really crisp bottom of the mug. And there's the blow hose attached. You see it in his mouth. Once the bottom's completed, they flip it around so they can work on the top. The next step is to add the pipes. So it's that bright orange. Right now it looks like a deeper orange only because it's hot. It's still somewhere around 2000 degrees. This is an extra patty of glass because we're adding all these handles onto the piece. This extra patty on the bottom will give the mug some weight so it doesn't tip over, but it makes it a little more substantial. We use two types of paddles. One is metal, it's called a taglia, and the other wooden paddle is on the bottom. Now the next step is to spin it around so that the top can be open. So Matt has a small bit of glass. You can see it's attached right there in the center. And then Jake is going to knock it off. Now this is a little training, a little bit for Matt, who's the gentleman in the gray shirt, to practice bringing handles. Handles have to be brought in the exact temperature to make them work. And for Jake, it's important that he train whoever's bringing him a handle to the way he likes the handle. So you're going to see that happen in a few minutes, but first he wants to even out the top and trim some extra glass that's there. But already the glass is cool, so it has to go back and be reheated. So it's amazing how when the glass is hot, it's easy to shape, but it does cool down very rapidly. Using shears, you're able to cut the top. That small hole there will be now stretched open. And if you have not subscribed to our channel, it doesn't cost a thing. Just hit the subscribe button. And when we do live shows or post a new video, you will get notified. All right, here is the cylinder opened, nice and sturdy. And we're gonna put, I think in the end, he ends up with like six different handles on it. You'll see a video at the end. handle styles. So Matt's got a blowpipe. We do hollow handles on our pieces. That allows them to be a little bit lighter, so it's not super heavy. What Matt did was shape the glass and pushed a bubble through the center of it. Now this is a setup that's different than a traditional blown piece, and it's really weird because you're going opposite of what every other blown piece needs to do. You're shooting the bubble to the end of the pipe, and that will give a really nice piece. Now when I look at this, the bubble was a little unsuccessful in this. The handle's going to go on just lovely, but the setup needs a little practice. This is a copper tube, and it's got a wood handle so it doesn't conduct the heat, but that is like an ear handle. That's a traditional handle. You'll see a lot of those on mugs, pitchers. If you go to antique stores, you'll see that kind of handle on there. Now Matt's setting up another handle. They're going to do a variety of them, as I mentioned. And in this case, Matt's the assistant. Jake is the maestro, or the master at the bench, and he's letting Matt know what style to bring next. So we have, over the years, developed many different tools and techniques and decorations on our handles. So this one is going into a mold, and it's going to have that ribbed pattern on it, and it will have some texture. So the first handle is nice and smooth. This one's going to have some texture to it. Time is everything. So this is a good example of how long it takes in between reheats. They're going to attach the handle, and Matt's going to twist it on his end. So if you'll notice, that pattern that was straight up and down is now twisted. This is a dragon tail handle, so it gets stretched out. Tweezers are used, and then it kind of has this like curl at the end. So dragon tail handle. And he has to twist it up so the handle isn't longer than the base. If it came over the bottom of the piece, then the mug would sit flat on the table. So he takes care to push it up and make sure it's aligned properly. Now that handle is going to cool off and become rigid and solid, so that the next handle they add is where the hot glass is. If Jake keeps the piece too hot and adds these new handles to it, he'll lose control of the piece because the whole thing will be molten. So even for Jake, as the maestro in this case, it's very interesting for him to keep his piece a certain temperature, not too hot so it loses form, but not cold so that when the new handle is added, it cracks. Those are all the social platforms we are on. Facebook just had a viral video of us making a pumpkin stem. You might want to check that one out. It was set October 8th, really cool. It's a great video when we're outdoors at a festival doing a show. So this handle, you can tell how goofy hot it is. That one looks very similar to a pumpkin stem. It goes on, it holds pattern at base. And then this one, you can see, look at it, doesn't want to stick. Where it got cut, it cooled off. So Matt just assists by holding it a second. But still, look, it doesn't want to stick. So that's how fast, even though he was able to shape the handle, that's how fast you have to work. Now, reheating it and using a torch allowed it to fully adhere. We have a torch at the bench that allows us to spot heat of items. This one is the basic handle. The setup is much better than the first one. I can see that the bubble is clearly through the whole piece. And using the pipe again, Jake is able to attach it. This is more of like an ear one because he made it attach almost like a complete circular. Now we have pipes in different sizes to shape the glass. Here's another one in mold, twisting it up. This time he started at the base of the piece and we'll wrap it around. Similar to the dragon, he started at the top of the piece for that one. This one is attached more at the bottom because he's going to add some decorative elements to the side of the handle. Now, one of the questions I did have is people ask, well, is that handle rough or how does it feel on your hand? Traditionally, handles had a lot of texture on them. If people were eating food by hand, say you were at a beer hall and you were having a chicken, you were eating a greasy chicken, your hands would have some grease on it. You'd want something that really could grasp and wouldn't slip out of your hand. So the textured handles are more of a historic thing. What we've done is add our decorative flair to them, because personally I like to use my mugs as flower arrangements, and so it's a really beautiful way to have some designs on there. This extra bit of glass is our thumb bit. When you're holding a mug, this is a great place for your thumb to rest at the top, and so cutting it is sharp, and using the torch just rounds it right out. Again, you'll see the finished piece in the end. We take a video of it, but these are always in the studio. If you're ever in Dearborn, Michigan, you are welcome to come by and check out the studio. We are a small private studio. We're not funded publicly. We do not get grants, but we supply our income by the videos and people buying our products, so you are welcome to purchase. You can also donate money to assist in the cost of this production by subscribing to our channel and choosing a paid membership. This is super cool. One of my favorites. You can see where the glass is hot. Using the pipe, Jake just pushes down on the hot glass and makes this cool design. Stinger bit is added. Diamond shears to cut the top. Torch to smooth it out so nothing is sharp. We're talking now about how you make sure your handle is straight. You line it up with your pipe. This one here is going to be a Rosetta, or no, it's a pinch one. So when the glass is hot, it's super easy to pinch. But you can see Jake shaking his handle a little bit. The tools get hot, working right above the mug. This is a bigger piece, it will get hot as well. That brings some amazing bits. They line up perfectly and just smooth right down. This one here is the Rosetta. It's tweezers you use to kind of spin a little shape into the glass, and it looks like a little flower. We call it a Rosetta. That's the Italian term. Many of the styles of glass making that we do are based on Italian. So there it is, the finished piece. This is not a practical piece. This is a training piece, and this is something to show customers during our happy hour, so they know what kind of items they can buy. When they design the glass, sometimes they don't know what all the options are, so this is a great way to show them different handles. The little brass tool that was used right there is our signature. The letters GA for Glass Academy stamped into there. And across the studio is the cooling oven. Now it's time sensitive, that's why Jake is running over there. Now we've got some specialty gloves that will hold it, and into the inverter it goes. This was, making this video was at the start of the day, so nothing in there is full yet. These are all the different handles, and as mentioned, that is bright orange. And behind it, we have the glow of the furnace, which really shows off the reflection of the clear glass. Just lovely. So thanks for watching, everyone. This was the experimental show at the Glass Academy. It happens every Sunday morning, Eastern Standard Time. We air it at 9 a.m. We hope you'd enjoyed. Please leave your comments at the bottom of the post. See you next week.